Good day, everybody. This is Brian Tarian from the Disability Digest. Welcome to our Wednesday YouTube live session. I have my trusted boss here with me, Jam. Thanks for
Hello,
joining,
everybody.
Jam.
Hey,
Good
Brian.
stuff. Good stuff. Hi. So today we have on our agenda, we're going to go through some of the common questions that are out there on our YouTube channel, and which have already been answered, but I want to expand on them because I feel it's worthy of it. I'm going to recap some of the prior events that we've done for those of you that may have missed them. We've spent the last 3 weeks on topics to help you supplement your income. If you're already approved, supplement your income and keep your benefits. So we're going to go through those and a few additional tips on that. So you ready to roll, Jam? Good. First of all, for those of you that are maybe new here or haven't been here in a while, we do these on Wednesdays, typically every Wednesday, and they are on different topics. As I mentioned, we've been covering different ways to supplement your income. Reason why we're doing that is we get a lot of questions about it, especially now, I believe, because people are getting pinched with our 9.1% inflation. So that's why we're spending time on these topics. Here at the Disability Digest, there's 2 or 3 different videos a week on our YouTube channel that can help you understand different strategies, tips, techniques to do the following. To help you get your benefits, we've helping people get their benefits approved fast. We help people keep their benefits if they're subject to a continuing disability review or an overpayment. We also help people maximize their benefits, reviewing their benefits, helping them understand if they're on the right plans, what else they have access to, what they're paying for, or maybe they don't need to. So those are the things that we do here for the best results, and the best way that we can help you is to have you join us as a member or update your membership and fill out a profile. So we know exactly where you're at, what your concerns are, what you're interested in. That way we can help you. So that you can look for a link around here. Maybe Jam will put one in the chat here for the disabilitydigest.com. So of course we're going to take time. Hi, Antonia, Kathy, Lana, welcome. We're definitely going to take time to address your questions at the end of the program today. All right, let's get at it. So the questions that I have, I want to buzz through these here. I just want to, I've received some questions recently from other individuals that are trying to get folks to apply for their disability benefits. And I don't know if this has happened to you, but it's awful nice that people try to assist. But if they don't want to apply for disability benefits and you're trying to get them to apply out of the kindness of your heart, maybe you're on benefits. I mean, I really ask you to question if it's a good use of your time. If somebody cannot work and they have access and they would like to get their disability income, I mean, they can come to a resource like us, or maybe find another one if there is another one out there, and take the burden off of you. It's an awful lot to help people. Like, I know people that have actually spent time managing applications, and yeah, they've been through it once, and yeah, they had success, but they don't know the system. So just a word of caution on where how you can help people and sticking your neck out there. Bob continues to put comments on our YouTube channel that continuing disability reviews stop at age 55. Not true. So Bob, thank you for your participation, but your information is not correct. Here's a comment from Recal on our YouTube channel. If I did YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, or any other social media streaming platform and made money from it, does Social Security consider that work? And how much can I make? So yes, it would be considered work. But what's interesting about some of the potential revenue sources that you have if you pursue social media is some of it could be considered passive and not count toward the allowed amount, depending on, you know, how you do it. Like if you're an author and you're selling books and you write that book once and it creates recurring revenue, that revenue is residual revenue. That's like insurance income revenue. That wouldn't be counted. Any direct transactional income, probably if you're doing like a YouTube channel and there's ads on it, I expect that that would be counted. Social media is one of my favorite ways for people to pursue supplementing their disability and making money, as we've covered in previous weeks. And I'm going to hit some of the, go back and show you some of the prior sessions that I've done. So that answers that question. Here's a comment from Stephen, and there's been others like this. Why do you have to lose your home and everything before you get Social Security approved? In my opinion, if you have already stopped working and you do not have short-term, long-term disability income, there is no way to stop the damage. It's very little unless you get some money from friends and family. But if you're listening to this and you're still working, or you know somebody that's working, or maybe you have kids that are working, you can do them a big favor by encouraging them to get short-term or long-term disability insurance, short-term and long-term disability insurance. This can save somebody's house, car, tuition for kids, everything. You get 60% of your income typically, in some cases more, if you cannot work because of an injury or health. And it doesn't cost a lot of money. I mean, we provide that service here at the Disability Digest. We can help you quote. We can send you a website where you can quote on your own. But, you know, if you're earning $50,000, you could probably get 60% of your income covered for $150, $180 a month. It's not a lot considering the catastrophic damage that happens to people when they stop working and they have no income. Okay. People are freaked out about the surveillance that Social Security is doing. This is from, I don't remember the name, but it says, I heard the SSA hired thousands of investigators to follow people around and determine their disability status. What states do they do this in, etc. So there is, in the budget, there is the continuing disability review component that is part of the integrity program. The most common way that people are being monitored now is by having a continuing disability review, which is either a short form or a long form that's sent to you, and it's asking if you still are, you know, qualify for your disability benefits. They may ask for doctors, treatment notes. They may send you to one of their doctors. The surveillance piece, I don't know much about. There isn't anything in the budget that offers specifics. There's no way that I've found to find out like how much of this is really going on. I mean, if there's a van parked outside your house that's black with tinted windows and has a big Social Security emblem on it, then it's a possibility it's them. But other than that, I really don't know, other than the fact that it is in the budget and they have money for it. So if you've just joined us, welcome. We're just going through some common questions. I'm going to go through a few tips on to supplement your disability and recap what we've covered, and then take your individual questions. So, and Jam has put up a survey question in the chat. Carol, Kathy, welcome. And we're going to take your individual questions in a few moments. Okay, this kind of flows into the working and supplementing your disability income. This is from Brenda. I'm subscribed. I've heard you say numerous times you don't recommend working at the initial application phase. How does it affect your chances of getting approved? So, yeah, we've covered these different topics on supplementing your income and you know, keeping your benefits and getting approved for benefits. And here is my experience on that. Social Security allows somebody to apply for their benefits and work less than 20 hours and have income less than $1,350 a month. That's the regulation. Once you're approved, you can earn $970 a month. So I'm going to focus on those that are going through. What your argument is that you're attempting to prove to Social Security is that you cannot work. So what we've learned, and others that do this, practice this work, is that if somebody is working and earning, $800 or $900 or up in that range, yeah, technically they can apply, but it just opens an argument for Social Security to say, well, if you had reasonable accommodations on your job, or you had better treatment from your rheumatologist, or if your medications were different, you could work. So it creates the grounds for denial. So digging into this a little more, there are times throughout the application where it's actually good to try to work. And if you can, and this is my opinion, and if you can pull it off, great. It's better off to work than it is to collect a disability check. This is my opinion. But if you try to work and you do it at the right time and you fail, that could be additional evidence to help you get approved for disability. Even if you're still approved and you're trying to, if you're approved and you're trying to work and you're demonstrating that, right? Maybe you're able to make $300 a month, but you've tried to make $500 a month, but you just can't sustain that. Documenting that is good evidence for your disability case. So you need to balance this all out. Like, I just had a conversation with somebody that was 61 and they're working part-time over the allowed amount. I mean, financially, it made better sense for them to eliminate their work, get approved, and then go back to work. So there's a lot of different nuances in here for the strategy to figure out. If you're working with a disability representative, or you're just a member here at the Disability Digest using our course, you can speak to our advocates. They can help you with understanding some of these options here that are available to you. So that's my take on working. One thing about working that I wanted to bring up as far as a trend is concerned, and this was just in the Wall Street Journal this morning, is that if you're looking to do something part-time, the schools, as they go back into session in most of North America here, are really short on teachers. And you can substitute teach. And in many of the schools, you can get on a list. And if they call you and you feel good that day and you can go, you can do it. So that could be a way for people to look at supplementing your income. Some of these substitute teachers around here, I mean, they get paid $90 to $150 a day, and they're in there at 8 and they leave at 3. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so for those of you that have joined us, in a few minutes, I'm going to start taking questions, but I want to go through what we have covered in the last few weeks to recap and then share a few tips first. In the last few weeks, we have focused on different ways in which you can supplement your Social Security disability and make money. And out on our YouTube channel, we've had live events that have been held on Wednesdays, and I'm just going through, this is the current event that we have on now, but we've had the prior 2 weeks, we have talked about how to freelance, how to take a current skill that you have, maybe you're an administrative assistant or a nurse or an educator, or had some type of skill where you could do online work part-time from your home. And we used Upwork as an example. So that was those 2 events were the prior 2 Wednesdays. 3 Wednesdays ago, we went through and showed different examples of individuals that are members here or connected with us that are disability recipients and what they have done to supplement their disability. YouTube channels, websites, working at Centers for Independent Living, doing other advocacy work. So that was 3 weeks ago. So those are some of the resources that you have access to. If you cannot find those by going back on our YouTube channel and just typing in the word Wednesday and the subject line, or live, the word live in the search, then just put a note in the comments below this and tell us what you're looking for, and we'll point it out to you. Right. So we've also received a lot of comments about corporations, and should I start a corporation if I'm self-employed? So I'm just going to play this quick video snippet, and then I'm going to elaborate on it and come back to it for a moment.
Every single American can save $10,000 a year if you listen to what I'm about to tell you. File yourself an LLC, which you can do through any online platform. As long as you show reasonable effort to starting a business, you can expense your Wi-Fi, your cell phones, your gas, certain meals, and then you can take that off of your taxable income as an expense for business that you were trying to create. And so you take that as a loss in the business against your regular income. Anyone can do this.
Okay, so let's dig into this a little bit. If you are a disability recipient, especially if you have a spouse that is working and there's taxable income, and you start a business, as Alex profiled here, you can write off current expenses, things that you're already, likely paying for. And you can reduce your spouse's taxable amount. Simple strategy to stretch your check. The next point that I want to go through on this is we receive a lot of questions about, do I need a corporation to get started? And Jim, what would be interesting is I just want to learn from those that are in the group, has anybody taken action on any of the building a website, social media, started their Upwork profile? If anybody has done any of that, if you would just mention it in the comments, because I'd just like to know and kind of get a vibe for what individuals are doing out there. So here's my point on the corporations. Like Alex said, certainly if you've got somebody that has taxable income, but if you don't, and that's not applicable, do you need to have a corporation to get started doing work on your own? Let's say that you want to start a home-based business, called sitting around, where you're going to go and sit at somebody's house and wait for the repairman to show up, or the person to fix the furnace or the carpet cleaner, so they don't have to. Just an example of what one of our members has done. Do you need a corporation to do that? To get started, in my opinion, to do anything on your own, you could get one, but you don't need one. And you can start. I think the key in business for everybody here is a lot of people have a difficult time getting started. They just don't take that first step. And it could be that corporation is going to be a barrier for you to do it. So I would say focus on getting started and just focus on making a dollar. If you start making $1 and you can get to $200 or $300 a month, well, okay, I think it's a worthy consideration to form a corporation at that time. And the value of it for disability recipients is the money that you make flows into your corporation, and then you take a paycheck out of the corporation. So let's say the corporation is doing $1,200 a month in income. Well, you can take a paycheck out of that for $650 as an example, and you can leave some money in there to pay for expenses and run it. But the corporation is the entity that's collecting the money, and your paycheck is below the allowed amount. Now, I have seen individuals that have definitely been questioned on this, if their corporation is killing it and they're the only one that's working in it. But you can build the corporation out and you can hire other people, and they can get involved as well, and they can grow the business, grow the revenue, grow the value. But your responsibility and your role, if you're a disability recipient, needs to be within the guidelines. And of course, if you have the opportunity to expand and build it and go beyond that and offer disability benefits, so that would be wonderful. That's a decision that you have to make. So those are a few things to consider. All right, so let's take some questions here, and then at the end, before we wrap up, I want to mention a special offer that I do want to extend to our members out here. So, Jam, you want to review the questions and give me an idea what's going on?
Yes, here's from Carol Pearson. Good day. Can you apply for unemployment while going through the process of SSDI?
Yes, you can. And you're likely asking that question because when you apply for unemployment, you are saying that, I'm looking for a job. And when you apply for disability, you're saying I can't work. So how does that prove out? Well, how we've worked with people is we've demonstrated that there isn't any jobs that they can do because of their condition. That's the short answer to it. So yes, you can.
All right, and here's great news from Luana Lawson. And I found out I was approved on the Social Security account. Thank you for keeping me informed.
Yes, yes.
Congrats, Luana.
Yes, that's awesome news. Do my disability victory dance for you. So contact our support desk and let us know so we can update your membership and help you understand, like, if you'd like, we can help you review your award letter, help you understand, what you're entitled to, break it all down, and what's next for you. Okay, that's great.
All right, and from Antonia Walk. Next month, I have a doctor's appointment at the IMA and an x-ray on my back. My SSDI decision is pending on my exam.
Okay. Is there a question or just kind of a statement, or you think he's asking for tips, or?
I think so.
Okay. Well, there's 6 things that you should do in that exam. And if you're a member here at the Disability Digest, hopefully you are, then you have access to our disability approval course. And the third section in our disability approval course goes through exactly what to do in that exam. It's really important. One tip I'll give you is, well, actually, I'll provide you with 2, is you want to bring validation of your medical records. Either bring, ideally, we've had people bring in like a paper copy of it and say, here, this is what I'm, what my conditions are and what you should evaluate me on. Because otherwise they might go in and just check your eyes, ears, nose, and throat and be out in 6 minutes and not know that you've got all these conditions. Second thing is, strongly suggest that you bring in an advocate. And the lesson, it breaks into detail why. And the key is with an advocate, is that it's really your word against theirs if you don't have one. And these doctors are pushed to do these things quickly. They don't get paid much and they spin them out. So you need to be careful that, make sure that they're held accountable, and having an advocate with you will help you do it. So those are a few quick tips. All right, Jam, you're doing great. What's next?
Thank you, Katie. One would think they would spend more money on getting applications processed than watching to see if people are cheating the system.
Amen to that. And you can make a difference by calling your congressman and bitching. And I've said this before because, there's people out there, and maybe somebody will chime in. If you're at the initial application stage, for those of you that are out there, how long have you been waiting? And this is a good example of this, because it should be 5 months. But there's many out there that I know of that are at 12, 18 months, still waiting for a decision. Good point.
All right, Junior Gadsden, what kind of income can be made while waiting on the appeals council?
It's the same. It's the less than 20. The criteria is less than 20 hours of work on a week, up to 1,350. If you're at the appeals council, you have a 1% chance of getting approved, right? So, I would get with your legal counsel on that, and I don't believe it's us, and ask them what their opinion is, and that's based on how good your case is, 'cause you don't want to screw it up. Yeah.
Okay, from Pissed Off Sloth. Went to physical exam on Saturday, didn't catch my blood pressure at 193/120. Asked how it was. They said fine. Underwent physical examination. Told them I had blurry vision and fatigue.
Now, I'm going to try to stay in my lane on this because I'm not a doctor, but that sounds like really high blood pressure.
Mhm.
And they told you were fine. Well, I mean, that's one of the challenges with these independent medical exams. I don't know what else to say to that. But yeah. What's
Yeah.
next, Jam?
Ronald Campbell received a call last week. They are gonna send me for mental evaluation. What is your take on that?
Good. Yeah, you want to get the evaluations done so they can do a decision. Yep. Yeah, that's progress.
Okay, Denny, I've been to a mental consult by SSDI. Did you put depression down? I think he is asking.
Read that to me again.
I've been to mental consult by SSDI. And
Yeah.
did you put depression down?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you are somebody that we're working with and helping you get approved, then you would need to direct your question to your case manager, because they manage that. It's not something that I would be made aware of.
All right, Katie, I'm in reconsideration at 4.5 months now. The
Yep.
initial first denial was about 8 months.
Okay.
2 years isn't bad.
So 8 and 4, right? Well, good luck at reconsideration. Hopefully you've got everything in place, your doctor's support, all your evidence, right? So you can maximize your chances of winning. Make sure also that on the initial application, like they had all your doctors that were evaluated. So if you had 5 doctors, they had all the medical records. Your chances of winning at reconsideration are 11.7%. And if you just appeal it and don't provide any reasoning why, like I just mentioned, then you know, you're not going to get much out of it. So give it your best shot.
Hey, Michelle J, I have disabled child that I take care of. I am also disabled and pending a decision. Once I start getting paid for being his provider, will Social Security consider that someone that would disqualify me?
So I have worked with people before that have been receiving income to take care of others, and they've been able to go through the approval process.
Okay, that's it for now.
Okay, great, good. Was there anybody that had indicated that they've taken action on efforts to supplement their income? Did we see any comments
Yeah,
like that?
some comments say donating plasma.
All right. Okay. I don't know much about that. But I will say this, for those of you that are out there and listen for the last few weeks, we do this work because we want to help people make their life easier, supplement their disability, get a sense of purpose and going forward. So if you've taken action on it and you've developed some type of plan that has followed the guidelines that we have, whether it's building a website, whether it's doing freelancing, or whether it's doing a YouTube channel, here's my offer. My offer is you submit the action steps that you've taken in the comments in the YouTube channel. And I would, if you've taken enough action where I feel I can make a difference or we can make a difference, I'll have you come on the show. You can tell your story. If your website or the work that you're doing is in a position where it would benefit from our promotion, we'll promote it. We'll give you some tips. So there's, I don't know, 27,000 people just on this YouTube channel, and there's 178,000 that are out there. So that's my offer to people. So again, it's, if you're just getting started, you don't qualify, because we've given you all the action steps to start a YouTube channel, to start a website, to freelance. So if you've taken the action steps and you put them in place and you're on your way and follow the directions, I'm interested in helping you go to the next level for no charge, right? No consulting fee, nothing. So you just come on the show, tell your story, and we'll help you out, right? That's my offer. Fair enough?
Yeah, and follow up from Katie. No doctor or family support, but you are my representative.
Great. Great. So all case related questions that we're working on, I am not really able to help you here. I don't have access to the information. I don't know everybody's detailed case. I'm responsible for it, yes, but please direct those questions to your case manager and follow the agreement that you had signed when you started with us, which said that you would send all of your case related information to your case manager. We want to help you get approved, but we're not able to really manage your situation if we have information and questions going in live events like this. Not that I don't want to help you, I'm in the middle of doing this. So, make sense? Hopefully. All right. By the way, 91% of the people we've worked with in the last 2 years have been approved and paid. 47% of those that we've worked with in the last 2 years have been approved and paid within 9 months without going to a hearing. So we look forward to doing that, but we need to get all the communication going in the right direction. Any others, Jim?
Yeah, Vince Kozlowicz.
Yeah.
Hi, how long are after my doctor's exam before Social Security makes a decision?
Yeah, tough to predict. I would say my estimate, 3 months. It's the last step. If typically is, they have the doctors, if all of the doctors have submitted their medical records and you go for your exam, then that's the last, pieces of information that they need.
Okay, and here's information from Bobby about plasma. The first 10 donations is 100 per donation. After that can be $65 after each donation, and you can donate twice a week.
Damn, that's a good way to supplement your income. Huh. So you can twice a week at $65. That'll make a difference. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. So Warren Davis, who can I contact to discuss a business I've started? I'm in the trial to work program. Net profit varies greatly, as most months it's $0, but there have been a few where the profits have resulted but below SGA.
Yep. Yeah, so just to repeat my offer, enter in the comments what you're doing, what you've done to start. And we'll review those. If we have more questions, then we'll certainly respond. And if it meets the criteria, we think we can help you out. You can talk to us. You come on the show here.
Follow up, contact us in who in your team.
So just in the comments in the YouTube channel. So after this video is done, you can go below it. You can enter a comment on this or any of the other videos that you've watched, and that's where it will be viewed first. That's step one.
Okay, Carl Berry, are chances better after age 55?
Yes, I expect for getting approved is the question. Yeah. Reason is that if you've had a good career working in one job, like you've been driving a truck over the road for 15 years, and you're over 55 and you're not able to do that anymore, then somebody that knows how to do this work can make a case proving that you can't do that work.
Okay, Brenda Curry, I have neuro, long COVID, and applied in May. How will my employment affect my initial decision? I'm not currently working because I can't due to cognition.
So if you're not working, I don't understand how employment would impact it, right?
Mhm.
Am I missing it, Jim?
Yeah.
If you're not working, that's the best scenario because you're trying to prove that you cannot work.
Mhm.
If there's more to it than that, then please let us know.
Okay, we've covered everything.
Cover them all? Okay,
Mhm.
great. Well, perfect. I'm going to wrap up for today. Thanks, everybody. We're here typically on Wednesdays, same time. And if you enjoy the work that we do here, which hopefully you do, then share this, share the experience, put it out to others, subscribe, ring the bell. And if you're new or we haven't heard from you in a while, join us or update your membership so we can give you a customized plan to take you to the next level, helping you get approved, helping you keep, helping you maximize. As always, Jam, you have done a fantastic job. Shout out to Jam, everybody. We'll be back next
welcome.
week. All right.
See you
Make it a great day,
guys.
everybody. Be well. Okay, I have ended the stream.